Once there was a little girl. It was hard for her to make friends because she always said or did the wrong things because she didn't know they were the wrong things. Sometimes the teacher would make the other kids play with her, but she didn't understand why they wouldn't just play with her without having to be told. The little girl got older, and she thought she was doing well in school, but she often got moved away from the other kids. She had comments on her report card like, "Smart girl, if only she would do her work," "Not reaching her potential," "Distracts other students with her chatter," and "Needs to try harder to complete her work." For a few years, she got to go to a special class once a week for gifted students, but then she moved to a smaller school that didn't have special classes. She wondered why she felt so different. The little girl moved to junior high. She got pretty good grades, but it was still hard to make friends, and other girls bullied her relentlessly, even younger girls. She frequently missed the bus, and her binders and locker were very messy and disorganized. So was her bedroom. She sometimes lost assignments or forgot to do them, or missed details on them. She wondered what was wrong with her. The little girl moved to high school, where she was in a program called International Baccalaureate for kids with really good grades. But she still struggled with friendships, and she still struggled with finishing her homework. Sometimes she had to stay up really late the night before something was due so she could finish it. She also couldn't keep up with the note-taking, so she missed lots of information in some classes. She wondered what she was missing that everyone else seemed to have. The little girl moved to university. She wasn't really a little girl anymore. She lived in a different city than the rest of her family, and because she still wasn't great at making friends, she was pretty lonely. It was still hard for her to get assignments in on time. She was known for staying overnights at the university before something was due, frantically trying to complete her assignment. One time she didn't get finished. She just handed in notes and quotes and references instead of an actual paper. She just barely passed that class. She wondered why things seemed so much easier for everyone else. She didn't finish university right away. She changed her major a few times and tried out a couple different universities. She had some babies, she got married, and it was still hard for her to make and keep friends. And her house was so messy that she never had anyone over, which was lonely. She was always late for things. She forgot to pay bills. She forgot about important appointments. She forgot to do things she had every intention of doing. She forgot to bring important things with her when she went places, and she frequently misplaced her keys, or her wallet, or her phone. She wondered why things that seemed to come so easily to everyone else were so difficult for her. One day her son was diagnosed with something called ADHD. As she learned more about the symptoms of ADHD, she thought they sounded an awful lot like things that she had always struggled with, but she didn't mention it to her doctor. A few years later, when she was really struggling, she happened to mention it to the doctor at one of her son's appointments. The doctor did a quick assessment, and she scored very high for ADHD, so she was referred to a psychiatrist. At the intake appointment, she had to fill out forms that were full of questions. Questions about all the things she had always failed at, that seemed to be so easy for everyone else. At the end of the appointment, she was told she had severe ADHD-I, the inattentive form of ADHD. And the girl rejoiced because she finally had a name for it, and there was actually something that could be done to help her. She wasn't lazy. It wasn't her fault that she was forgetful, and she didn't just suck at being a person. But the girl was also so sad because she wished someone had found out what was wrong with her a long time ago, when she was still just a little girl. Because they don't show signs of hyperactivity, children with the inattentive form of ADHD frequently get missed. If this story reminds you of you or your child, please speak to your doctor. There is hope.
Created using Powtoon.